So going into American Underdog, I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't actually know that the film existed until about a week ago when I saw the first trailer. And I also don't really know anything about Kurt Warner. I'm not particularly a huge football fan, so I don't follow the sport. And Kurt Warner is not a name that I've instantly recognized. Some of you might think that's kind of strange, but I don't recognize it right away, and I don't know anything about his story. So I went into this movie with a very open mind as to what I was going to see and what I was going to experience. And today I want to share with you my thoughts on it. This film has a very different style of entertainment than what I typically tend to go for. I kind of like those more blockbuster style films that have a lot of action and whatnot. And this film does have some moments that deliver that kind of entertainment where what you're watching is just purely fun to watch. Those moments come when you are watching the football games, which are shot really well. And if you're a fan of the sports, or if you're a fan of sports in general, you'll find yourself enjoying those scenes quite a bit. But the entertainment of this film really leans into what's known as feel-good movies, right? This film is all about making you feel good about this character, about the life that he is going through, and it's supposed to make you kind of reflect a little bit on your own life and the goals and dreams that you have. And in that way, it did a really, really good job. I did feel good watching this for the most part the entire time. It's a little bit of a slower film, but it does a wonderful job with its characters and with the story that it's telling. And honestly, the story and the characters are what the film's all about. They're entertaining to watch, but what's even more important is the lessons that it has for us. And so let's go ahead and get a little bit more into talking about the story and the characters themselves. It's always a little bit interesting talking about the story of a film that is based on actual events, because there's obviously the real story and then there's the way that they portray that story in the film that you've watched. And a lot of times you might obviously like the real story and like the characters and the things that really happened, but you may not like the way that they depicted it on screen. And thankfully this film wasn't one of those for me. I thought that the story itself was really interesting, the way that we see Kurt Warner kind of have these goals ever since he was a kid, and then he constantly has things thrown his way, as we see a lot with most people in this life, is that things just constantly come up that makes it hard for you to achieve what you want. And he obviously achieved that much later than he expected, but he still gave us all to get there. And so I like the story. I assume it's pretty accurate to what really happened in his life, and I think that they did a really good job of displaying it on screen. And to really succeed at that, the thing that really stood out is the actor who portrayed Kurt, which is, of course, Zachary Levi. He did a wonderful job portraying this character and kind of giving it the heart that this film needed and making us really feel for him. Of course, the other actors and actresses in the film as well do a great job of building it up around him and really helping his performance to shine out and to be able to feel believable and feel like you care about a lot of these characters and you care about what's going to happen in this story. And so I thought that they did a really good job. The movie was interesting, it was intriguing, and because of that, it was also entertaining to watch, and I found myself quite enjoying it. When it comes to how clean this film is, there's really nothing that you need to worry about all too much. There's a little bit of mild language that is sprinkled throughout the film, nothing that you don't hear in normal life or that you don't see in movies all over the place. A little bit of alcohol here and there, but again, it's nothing that's prominent in the film or really takes over the film. It's just kind of there. And so overall, I'd say this is a very family-friendly film that just about anyone can watch if they're interested in the story that is going to be told here. I always find myself really enjoying films that depict true events and true things that happen to a specific person in the world. I think it's just really makes me feel good seeing how others have been able to accomplish their dreams, and it gives you this motivation to go out and accomplish dreams for yourself. And American Underdog really does a good job at allowing yourselves and your dreams to be able to come true. And so I really enjoyed it for that. It gives you motivation to go out and seek for your own dreams and try and push harder for those things that you've always wanted to accomplish as well. It's not anything that you technically haven't seen done in films before. It's not like it's a new formula for accomplishing this, but it's one that's used very effectively with a very good story that it works with. And so for that, I'm going to have to give this movie an A minus. And to go along with that, when it comes to the cleanness of this film, like I mentioned before, there's really nothing in it that you need to worry about. And so for that, it gets an A. And so, like I said, guys, this is a really good film that kind of ran under the radar for me. I didn't know anything about it, but it was a very fascinating story. I found myself really enjoying the performances and everything that was shown to us on screen. And so I recommend checking it out if you get the time to see it while it's in theaters. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if there are any other videos or television shows that you'd like to see me review in the near future.